If you were considering moving to Boise and you stumbled upon Meridian, Idaho, you just found one of the best cities to relocate to. In this video, we're gonna give you the full Meridian tour. We're gonna show you some of the best neighborhoods. We're gonna tell you all the best things Meridian has to offer, as well as some of the things that you need to take into consideration when moving to the Boise or surrounding areas. Let's talk about it. Guys, welcome to Meridian, Idaho, one of the fastest growing cities outside of Boise, right next to Boise. Matter of fact, you can actually see Boise right here in the video. So Boise is actually the bordering city of Meridian. Meridian is a bordering city of Boise, however you want to say it, but it is one of the fastest growing, one of the friendliest, one of the best areas that people are wanting to live or move to, just because of how much is coming to it and how much has already came, which we're going to be covering in this video. Now guys, real quick, before we kind of dive into the content, I do want to give you guys something for free. If you guys are thinking about relocating to the Boise or surrounding areas as a whole, I'm going to give you guys a free relocation guide down below. It is in the video description. Make sure you guys download it. It has everything from places to check out, food, all the things that you could possibly imagine to explore or check out while you're visiting or getting ready to move here. That way you feel like a pro when you do get here and are able to check out all those different things. So with that, download the guide. But now let's talk about today's main topic, which is going to be Meridian, Idaho. So guys, when we're talking about Meridian, and we just kind of want to put to reference where the location of Meridian is in comparison to Boise or some of the other popular cities that you probably heard about. Boise is going to be just west of Boise. So if we were to put a big clock on the city of Boise, so guys, it's going to be at the 9 o'clock analog of where Meridian is going to be in comparison to Boise. So it's literally the bordering city. Now I will say, as far as location wise, if you were in the heart of Meridian and you drove to downtown Boise, it would probably be a 15 to 20 minute drive at the most. And that's probably being over generous, we'll call it. But here's what I would definitely tell you. When it comes to traveling from Meridian, location wise, it is probably in the best position or best area because it's literally next to Boise. North of Meridian, you're gonna have Eagle. To the west of Meridian, you're gonna have Nampa, Caldwell. You're gonna have Star northwest of Meridian. I mean, it's literally touching everything. And then south, you have Kuna, and away, a little further away from Meridian, you also have some of the other cities that are more rural, like Mount Home, which is about an hour drive from Meridian. Now, the best thing about Meridian is you're gonna have Interstate 84, which you can actually kind of see back here. It's actually a huge intersection right behind me, but this interstate literally runs through all the main major cities in the southwest side of Idaho. So the Treasure Valley as a whole, it'll be able to get you from point A to point B, pretty much anywhere and everywhere. And it runs through the entire area. So that's going to be the best place to kind of get around. You also have Eagle Road, which is a super major road, especially for traveling between Meridian and Eagle, and then also even Kuna. And then you also have Chinden Boulevard. I mean, you just have a ton of different areas and different ways to get around. So Meridian, just as far as location wise, is absolutely the best. Now guys, the next thing we're gonna be talking about is gonna be neighborhoods and real estate. So real quick, before we get into that, I do wanna mention, I am a licensed real estate agent here in the Treasure Valley in Meridian and the surrounding areas. As much as I absolutely love making these videos, I also love to help you guys with your real estate needs, whether you're coming to Boise or the surrounding areas. So you're gonna see my cell phone number as well as my email pop up on the screen. Pause the video, call me, text me, email me. The more you can tell me about your situation, I would love to help you guys and just kind of come up with a game plan with you. So reach out to me. But now let's talk about some of the real estate neighborhoods in Meridian, Idaho. All right, guys, so the first neighborhood, I know I changed my shirts out of nowhere, but the first neighborhood, I know, I just had to mention it. I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, did he just change shirts? And then it's a whole thing. We're just gonna address it. Anyways, the first neighborhood we're talking about is Spurwing. Guys, this is my personal favorite neighborhood. Like, out of all the neighborhoods I could possibly move to in Meridian, this is gonna be the one, and I'll tell you why. They have the most beautiful golf course out of all of Meridian as of right now, until they build anything else. It is the best as far as amenities go. I mean, you got this beautiful pond here. You can see the water flowing. They have barbecue tables and fire pits and all that good stuff. They also have an amazing clubhouse. They have an upscale pool. And we were just talking to one of the neighbors, and she was telling us they'll bring you alcohol, serve you food, the whole 9 yards. They have a ton of events that they do here. So guys, when it comes to neighborhoods, I'm probably gonna say this is the best of the best. And the neighbor that we talked about actually moved across the street just to be in this subdivision, specifically because she loved it so much. Now, HOA wise, you're probably looking at about $200 a month here, which if you're coming from California, that's nothing, wink wink. But as far as HOAs here, that is a little higher as far as that goes. But I mean, you guys just get so much. They're also constantly doing remodels and things of that nature in this neighborhood. Starting price here, you're gonna see homes listed around $750,000 on the lower end. It does go all the way up to the 5 million plus range though. So I mean, some of the homes here you're gonna see, these ones are probably closer to that 1.2, 1.5 million. On the back end, there's some very beautiful homes. Those will probably be the most expensive outside of a couple here and there. But those ones were gonna be at least 2 million plus. But because of the view that they have behind them, it's gorgeous. There's nothing being built as of right now behind them. So they just have absolutely everything that you could possibly think of. But this neighborhood, without a doubt, as far as modernization, as far as older charm as well, they just have everything, and the neighbors are just so friendly, and they all know each other. They all are pretty much either retired or young professionals, or just have made it out of California and just wanted to live here and have a peaceful life. So for the most part, you're going to enjoy this neighborhood. Now let's talk about the next neighborhood. Now the next neighborhood we're going to be talking about is Paramount. Paramount is absolutely stunning, guys. I mean, we've done a video on Paramount before, but the nice thing about Paramount is it's a lot more affordable than Spurwing, which we previously just looked at. Now I will say Paramount in comparison to is going to be around the higher 500,000 price point. So I'm going to say probably starting around 575, 550, somewhere around there is typically where you're going to see starter homes in the Paramount area start. But I will say, as far as what it has to offer, you have great schools within, you have tons of parks, you have a great community overall. I mean, and to be fully transparent, I mean, most neighborhoods are going to have really great communities. Now it's really up to you to make it feel like a neighborhood if you want to get to know your neighbors and all that, or if you're more so isolated, like, hey, don't talk to me. The nice thing is most neighborhoods are going to feel that way if you want it to. It really just depends on what you're looking for. But as far as this one, just great location because it's close to everything. It's on Meridian Road, which is one of the more popular roads as far as accessibility to get to where you need to go. You have a ton of new development just down the road. They got the Chipotle, they got Winco Foods, which is a huge grocery restaurant. You have Winco Foods, which is a huge market, kind of like Albertsons and Costco, but it's a lot more affordable. And then you also have a ton of great things that are coming. Me personally, I'm a huge Mo Betta's person. If you don't know what Mo Betta's is, it's like Hawaiian food, but it's super cheap. My girlfriend absolutely hates it. I absolutely love it. She says there's no seasoning. I think there's more than enough seasoning. So we have a constant argument about it all the time. But regardless, Mo Betta's is delicious. Chipotle is right down the street. You have Olive Garden. You have just so much around the area. So this is a heavily up and coming area. There's a lot of development, and the nice thing is you can't really hear it. Hopefully you can't hear it, but you have constant maintenance done by the HOA and just a ton of great stuff. So as far as neighborhoods go, Paramount is also really gorgeous, beautiful. We're gonna make sure that we share some content with you guys as well. So guys, real quick, I want to show you a little bit, because I know I just mentioned it, but when I was talking about all the new developments that are coming out, this is kind of what I'm talking about here. I'm going to flip the camera for you so you can kind of see. This is a bank here. This is a nice little Wendy's. We had to come get some nuggets because I'm starving. You have the Olive Garden there. You have, I don't even know what this is going to be just yet. You got your Winco here, and then you have all types of different little restaurants. So it looks like you got a Little Caesars, a nail spa, a blow dry, so a hair spot there. Sweet Cheeks Beauty Bar, and then it looks like some type of phone spot there, but just so much different stuff here. And then on the other side of Olive Garden here is actually going to be the Chipotle. They have a Tide, which is like a laundry spot, literally the Tide brand. They have a laundry spot here that you can drop off and pick up, it sounds like. Mo Betta's. Then across the street here, I know for those of you that are like me that are kind of on the, I like to eat good food and good sweet tooth kind of stuff, you got your Starbucks, you got your Crumble, you got Cup Bop, which is like I think it's Korean food in a cup basically, but so many different things that are all offered right here. I mean, oh, you even got your McDonald's, of course, because every corner in Idaho needs a McDonald's. But I mean, all in all, you just have so much different stuff out here, from different types of places you can eat at, different types of spots you can go get groceries or go get food at, different services. It's just like a big commercial area that they're developing right now. So the nice thing about Idaho is they do build houses first, and then as they build the houses, they also build the commercial side of things, developments like this to support it. So really nice, really gorgeous area. I mean, this is all up and coming. I mean, it's pretty established on this side of things now. They are still obviously building a few things, but for the most part, I just wanted to share this with you guys so you can kind of get a look of what's to come here. So, all right, on to the next neighborhood. All right, guys, the next neighborhood is gonna be my own because I can speak to this and I can tell you guys without a doubt, this is one of my personal favorites outside of Spurwing, because obviously Spurwing, I told you guys, is the one I would love to say is my personal favorite at the top of the list. This one is also a great one. This is the Lakeview Golf Course that we're actually recording in front of. So the 10 Mile Greens, this is off of Cherry Lane, 10 Mile. I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous area. I mean, As far as the golf course goes, they did a $5 million in renovation just recently to the clubhouse. They're also doing tons of renovations as far as the golf course itself. HOA fees are super low. I know on our side of the HOA, we're paying $64 a year. And then on the other side, I think there's some that are paying $150. So depending on where you are within the golf course, it could be more or less. But the reason why it's so significantly much cheaper than Spur Wings or a lot of the other HOAs is because we actually don't have to pay for the golf course. Once again, at least on my side, because the city owns the golf course. Now, I know that's probably going to resonate with the rest of the neighborhood as well, but some HOA side of things may do a little more. They may do some landscaping. There may be other things that they contribute to. So regardless though, that's kind of the reason why I personally love this is HOA. Affordability wise, this neighborhood is going to start around the higher, probably lower 500, high 500 range, depending on the house and the acreage and all the work that they've done to it. So these homes are going to be typically built anywhere between 2000s and up, but great location. This is going to be next to the super village where they're going to be building that off of 10 Mile Road. And 10 Mile Road as a whole, you guys haven't seen that last video that we created for 10 Mile. This is probably going to be one of the most popular roads outside of Eagle Road, which is hands down the most busiest and the best for anyone that's looking for activities, shopping. Once they build the super village, we see 10 Mile becoming the next big thing. But you have Costco on 10 Mile Road. You're going to have a super close location to Interstate 84. So you're going to be able to hop off, hop on, and have no problems getting to Boise. It's about a 15-minute drive to 20 minutes, depending on what part of 10 Mile you live on or how close you are to the interstate. And then you also have tons of new houses being built nearby, right? So as far as this neighborhood goes specifically, though, I will say without a doubt, super gorgeous, super beautiful. You have a great golf course, great neighbors. I mean, we have neighbors that they literally will bake bread and bring us some. They'll bring us over like chicken salad, just the most random things. They'll just come by, say hi. There's a lot of people that will, walk behind our house that are, golfing at the golf course, and they'll take a picture, send it to us, say, hey, we're outside, come say hi if we're home and whatnot. But I mean, just as far as like the community as a whole, absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and I think you guys would love it too. But I will say out of the 3 neighborhoods that we've talked about today, all of them you can't go wrong. And here's the thing, guys. As much as I would love to cover every single neighborhood in Meridian, I just wanted to touch a base on a couple that I could definitely see a lot of people or a lot of interest or a lot of you have asked about in the past. So that's why we hit on Paramount, on Spurwing, and then of course some of you guys have asked where I live in Meridian. So we wanted to share that with you guys today. So with that, that's a little bit about the neighborhoods. Now let's talk about the next topic. Now I know I said the next topic, but really what I want to do is a real estate overview. So as far as all the neighborhoods that we just touched base on, let's talk about the real estate market as a whole. So when we're talking about Meridian and the real estate market as a whole, I mean, most price points where you're going to feel like you can get into a home that's not like an investor special or like a flip or like a wholesale kind of transaction or deal where it's like, you could do it, but it's a little risky. You just don't know what may happen. Realistically, we're looking at a starting point. You're probably going to be closer to that 400,000 price point. And I will say that's not going to be, the bottom of the bottom. You probably could find some for 350. Maybe they need a little love. Maybe there's a, estate sale or a short sale or something of that nature, which isn't too common out here. But things are getting expensive. God knows what's happening with the economy and all that good stuff right now. But I will say Meridian, Boise has one of the strongest markets in a whole. If anything were to happen, I just don't see it taking a toll as far as the Meridian Boise market go as a whole, just because of how strong the community is booming right now and how much opportunity is coming. But with that being said, 400s realistically is going to be about where you see the starting price with a lot of single family homes. Now there are townhomes, there are going to be, potentially few condos. There's not like a big downtown in Meridian, if anything at all, as far as condos go. It's going to be very minimal inventory, but inventory wise in Meridian, Idaho, you're going to see about, anywhere between 600 to 1,500 homes active on the listing market, depending on how slow or how fast or how much is going to be on the market. Now, I will say with the market slowing down a little bit, there is slightly more inventory, but it's still short of the demand. So I wouldn't say that there's going to be tons of negotiation room depending on what time of the market you're looking in. So that's why it's always best to reach out to me. So if you have an idea as far as what your situation like, I'm going to recommend you reach out to me so we can come up with a game plan and kind of start putting a plan together to make sure that you guys are good to go. But talking about the Meridian market, you're looking at about a 30-day on market average right now, just about 1,400 homes. So we're on the higher end of inventory right now, and it is in the Ada County. So a lot of people that may be looking in Boise that may not be able to get a home in Boise may be pushed out to Meridian, or people may be looking in Eagle that are looking for a little more affordability may also be coming to look at Meridian, or just location wise, if they want to be in the middle of everything, Meridian is a spot. So as we've mentioned, Meridian is the spot to live, especially if you're looking for that perfect location in the middle of everything with a ton of opportunity to develop. And guys, we're seeing a ton of new construction, which is highly desired for Meridian as a whole. And then you're also seeing a ton of resale homes in top neighborhoods like Spur Wing, like Paramount. There's just so many different neighborhoods that people really love. I know we haven't seen some of them, so Banbury's a really big one. Then you also have a few others that we won't name just because I don't want to overwhelm you guys. There's a lot of neighborhoods, but when we have that conversation, we'll point you in the right direction, specifically to what's important to you. So as a whole, that's kind of what the real estate market looks like right now. We are able to negotiate some concessions. If the home is priced appropriately at fair market value or even below market value, you're going to see a ton of offers and potential some competition, unless the home is just not being marketed as it should be. So based off of all that, hopefully you guys have a good idea as far as what it looks like neighborhood, real estate wise, and everything's been covered. But once again, guys, you guys know I'm a licensed real estate agent, so you'll see my phone number as well as my email pop up. Call me, text me, or email me all day long. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, and I'll make sure to get to you guys. But with that, let's talk about the next thing. All right, guys, so the next thing we're talking about is schools and family life. Now, for those of you with children, for those of you that are thinking more so ahead, maybe you don't have children yet, but you're kind of curious about what school districts look like, this is going to be perfect for you. So when we're talking about the school districts as far as Meridian goes, you are going to be in the West Ada County School District, which last year, just so you guys know, they ranked the #1 school district in the entire state of Idaho for mathematics as well as English language arts, which is super reassuring for those of you that are really nervous or maybe just want to make sure that you're setting your kids up for success. You can know that you're pretty much good to go when it comes to the school districts here. There are tons of elementary schools, tons of middle schools, high schools. If you're looking for private or charter schools as well, they have tons of those as well. So you have tons of opportunities. And as far as athletically, they do very well throughout athletics. They're pretty much usually in some of the conversations as far as state championships and all that fun stuff goes. So you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be in a great area, in a great school district, and that your kid is going to be good to go. Now, dependent on family life and what your situation looks like, there's tons of family activities. I mean, some of the more popular places, you're going to have Top Golf, you're going to have Jump Time, which is basically a huge trampoline park, great for entertainment. I know my girlfriend and her best friend, they just went recently, took her friends' kiddos, and they went and had a good time. I'm sure my girlfriend ate tons of crap because she's the goofiest person I know, but I'm sure they had a good time. But regardless, you also have a ton of trails, you have a ton of everything to do, and it's super family friendly. I mean, if you want to go take them shopping, which we're going to talk about as well, you do have the village and the super village, which will come in the future. I showed you guys a little bit of some of the areas that you can go get some food or some of that as well. So you have tons of opportunities. Now, the biggest and most popular family activity as far as summer goes, I will say, is going to be Wahoo's Family Fun Zone. So think of it, if you guys are familiar with the Midwest, they have like All-Star Sports, or I wouldn't say Six Flags or, you know, Disneyland or anything like that, but just think of it as kind of like an arcade area. They have tons of rides that are for, you know, younger children. Some adults may be able to use it as well. You also have a laser tag center. They also have a ton of like just different games where you can scan your little card and then play the games, whether it's a, you know, little gun game that's used. Think of it as like a Dave & Buster's, which they do have Dave & Buster's here as well. But it's like a Dave & Buster's with the outdoor side of things as well. They have mini golf, they have the go-karts, they have the water park. Now, the water park, I will say, is the biggest attraction to Wahoo's. I mean, that's where everyone goes when it's hot and they don't want to hate each other by staying inside all day. They want to go have a good time. Wahoo's water park, and they're doing so many cool things. We actually just talked to the owner and one of the business partners out there, and they're actually expanding it right now as we speak. So they're going to do a lot of cool things. They just put up a projector screen. They're going to be doing like DJ parties. They're going to be doing movie nights at Wahoo's, and this is all with the water right there. So that's going to be a great time, and I know they're just continuing to invest in it and make it better, which is the great thing about Idaho being a little smaller as far as Meridian and still developing so much. They're pouring so much into just making what's here already better, and anything that's not here yet, we're seeing that it's all coming. Like, for example, In-N-Out was one of the restaurants that were really big that just came out, and now we also have word that Raising Cane's has started developing, and they're going to be the first Raising Cane's in Idaho, in the city of Meridian. Shields was also a really big development for the Treasure Valley. That was also put in Meridian, and then obviously, you know, the village and super village, which we've mentioned multiple times, but you guys will understand why here soon. So with that, you have tons of things as far as family life goes and school goes. So you can rest assured that Meridian has everything and more when it comes to those topics. So let's talk about the next thing. All right, guys, so let's continue talking about lifestyle and amenities now in Meridian, Idaho. So that's going to be the next topic. So now, obviously, we've talked about the village. Now, the village, guys, once again, it's an absolutely beautiful outdoor establishment. I mean, we're talking about, it has a beautiful, gorgeous water fountain, and they do like these little shows. They'll play some music. They typically last for about a minute, minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes if I had to be on the safe side as far as like time for the show itself. But outside of that, they also decorate it really well. I mean, for Easter, they have a lot of cool things that they've done. They always go super, I want to say, they go super big when it comes down to holidays. So they always have the biggest Christmas tree out. They always have their ice skating rink out during the Christmas season. So when it's colder, you can go out there, you can actually ski. They always have a Santa out there, and they have they kind of set up like I guess you could call it Santa's house, kind of like a workshop or something of that nature, that they set up in the workshop as well. But I mean, they just go so deep with it, and they do so many cool things. It's decorated with Christmas lights all over the place. I mean, they just do such an amazing job. I can't give them enough credit. Now, outside of the decorations and all that fun stuff that you get to enjoy, you also have tons of shopping areas. So you have Lululemon, you have Victoria's Secret, I believe, as well. You're also gonna have a Lego store there. You're gonna have goodness, man, there's just so many different things. I'm trying to think of it all. You have Buckle, you have Chip, which is one of the cookie spots, not like Crumble, but kind of like Crumble. And they're all the same, damn near. They all taste the same, kind of, unless you have a preference. I'm curious, Crumble or Chip? Put it in the comments. I would love to know. Outside of that, then you also have, some ice cream spots that are local. You have La Creme, I think. I don't know if it's La Creme or not. If it's La Creme, put it in there. If it's not, don't put it in there. You have a movie theater there. You also have a ton of different little kind of spots within the water fountain. You have Royal Coffee Co., which is one of the coffee spots. You have a taco spot. They also just opened up I believe it's goodness, what is it? It's like a Vietnamese kind of Asian cuisine area. I don't know what specific ethnic tradition it comes from or anything of that nature, so I won't get too specific with it. But you do have that. And then you have just more spots like pizza spot. You have, man, so many different options. You also have Big Al's, which is a bowling alley, probably the biggest bowling alley out here as a whole, and probably one of the nicer ones as well. Big Al's has a ton of bowling lanes. You have a more private section for events or parties. Then they also have an upstairs, so a 2-story, which also has the arcade game, similar to kind of like Wahoo's, how we were talking about, similar to Dave & Buster's. So they have all of that inside of Big Al's as well. And then, surrounding the village, you have the Nike store, you have a Gap, you have Ross, you have Under Armour, you have, what else do you have? So many different places. I'm thinking off the top of my head here, but you just have so many different shops and places that you can, Bath and Body Works for those of you that love a good smelling house or just lotion and all that. Then you also have Bed Bath & Beyond as well. So you have both of those right next to each other. Great competition. You have Cold Stone Bakery, which is like the best ice cream store ever. You have so many different places. So to sum it all up, you just have tons and tons and tons of different options when it comes to the village at Meridian. And then outside of the village, you also have different things that you can do lifestyle wise. If you're someone that enjoys parks, well, the good news is Meridian is home to many. Now, one of the most popular ones that we talk about is the Settlers Park. Now, Settlers Park is where they do a ton of events. They have all the sports fields, so a lot of the events that they do for kids are going to be hosted there. They have like a small fishing pond for people to go check out, which is going to be super fun for a lot of you that like to go out and just have a good time with the kiddos, where you can catch and release. They also have a splash pad, and they have a playground, and they have multiple tennis courts, and I believe you can also play pickleball out there. So just a ton of fun things that you could do at Settlers Park. And they do have a huge trail, so for those of you that love walking or just want to go for a jog or just enjoy being in the parks environment, then you're going to absolutely love Settlers Park. It's just one of the biggest, baddest parks out there when it goes as far as, and baddest in a positive way, so don't take that for baddest, but just one of the best areas that you can go enjoy park-wise. Now, another park that's really popular is Heroes Park. Now, Heroes Park is going to have its own basketball courts. It has a huge field. I don't know what the dimensions are, to be blunt with you guys, but man, I mean, you could probably put 4 or 5, 6, maybe even football fields and still have a good time. So that's really nice. A lot of people love taking their dogs there. A lot of people just love going in. Now, that one is not going to be as busy and as much interaction as far as like Settlers Park will be. So this one's a little more low-key, kind of a little bit away. This one's on 10 Mile as well. But you do have plenty of parking spots, plenty of places to go participate and just have a good time. They also have a playground as well. So those are some of the parks. I mean, you also do have Justin Kleiner Memorial Park. That's a huge one, 60 acres of, man, just tons of space. They do live music there. They do art installations. They do a lot of cool stuff there too. So not to talk about parks too much, but you do have tons of activities and different things you can do there. there. Then you also have YMCAs. If you're not familiar with YMCAs, those are like awesome, just kind of gym areas. They usually have a ton of sports and activities and different things that you can do for the youth and adults. Now, one of the largest YMCA locations in the United States is actually here in Meridian, which is a fun fact there. And then you also have indoor pool, childcare, and then a ton of sports leagues, and of course the gym itself. So then you also have a couple other gyms. Now, me personally, gym wise, I go to the Mecca. The Mecca is just like a for those of you that are gym bros that love your TRT and testosterone and steroids, you're probably gonna love the Mecca, because they are so focused on like bodybuilding, and some even CrossFit in there as well, but big on bodybuilding, posing, things of that nature. Personally, I'm not on steroids. I mean maybe one day, once I have 2 or 3 kids and I'm off the stuff and I need more energy throughout the day. But till then, we're all natural here. But the Mecca's a great gym. You also have Villa Sports, which is a pretty big gym as well. Super affordable when it goes to gym memberships as well. I think they start at like $25 a month or something of that nature. So, and then super low start fees, or if any, when you join. And then you also have one of the biggest, which is going to be Idaho Fitness Factory. So that is also really big here. Obviously, Idaho Fitness Factory meaning Idaho locally branched out gyms. And then you have Crunch Fitness. So you have tons of gyms in different rec centers. For those of you that love playing basketball, Villa Sports has a great basketball court. And then you also have Home Court, which is where I personally like to go play basketball when I want to go shoot around. But then as far as other recreational centers, I mean, you just have a ton. So depending on what you're looking for, they have tons of jiu-jitsu and Brazilian boxing and all that fun stuff that you're probably into. They have tons of gyms. I think Garcia Barrera, hopefully I didn't mispronounce that there, but no disrespect. But they have just tons of different installations and boxing rings, and goodness, I mean, Meridian has everything. I literally can't tell you guys how much it has. So with that, also you have local eats and coffee. Now, for those of you that love your coffee, good God, does Idaho have a ton of coffee spots. You have Dutch Bros, which is super popular here. You have Human Bean, which is my significant other's, her personal favorite right now. You have, of course, your Starbucks. You also have another one called Black Rock Coffee, which is my personal favorite because they have like this little sour stuff that they put. I'm a sour guy. It's really weird, right? I like my sweet and sour, so I'm one of those kind of weird hybrids when it comes to that stuff. But they have tons of coffee shops. Man, they have a ton of like just local spots as well. So like 8830 Common. Goodness, man, there's just so many different places. So trying to name them all so you guys make sure feel like you get the full tour, full experience here. Now, when it comes to local eats, I know I just hit on the coffee spots. Now let's talk about some of the local eats. Now, you do have In-N-Out, which just came out, as I told you guys. You do have Sid's Garage right next to the Village. That's a local burger spot. They have these super awesome milkshakes that they do. And when I say super awesome, I'm talking about they are grand. Like one person, maybe even 2 people should not be able to eat all of this milkshake. So super cool spot, Sid's Garage. Another one I would put on your places to check out, Crave. Crave is an amazing spot. We talked about Crumble. We talked about Chipotle and all those franchise areas that they have. Some more local eats is going to be, there's a really good sushi spot that just opened up on 10 Mile as well. And I'm trying to remember the name of it. All right, anyways, I can't think of it. There's another local spot that they have, which is the Boise Fries & Co. Famous for their fries. They do so many different types of fries. It's not even funny. Super great, delicious spot. Then you have Los Betos, which is a local Mexican cuisine spot where they do pretty much fast food Mexican. Now, it's not like Taco Bell where you go eat it and then you got the crap and you're sitting on the toilet for an hour or anything like that. It's really good Mexican food and just quick and affordable. Man, they're opening up so many different chicken spots. I don't know if that's the thing where you guys are at, where you're watching from, but tons of chicken spots. They have Slim's Chicken, which just opened up. You have Guthrie's Chicken, which just opened up. Another chicken spot is Dave's Hot Chicken. That one is super popular. That one is really delicious. Pretty damn close. I mean, they compare those between Chick-fil-A significantly all the time. So it's one of those things that you have a conversation about here in the Treasure Valley, in Meridian specifically. And then you also have a really good breakfast spot. If you're looking for a breakfast spot, you're going to want to write this one down. Joe Mama's Breakfast is the absolute best. And Joe as in J-O-E. Absolutely great spot. Huge portions, super affordable breakfast. You also have Black Bear Diner, which is pretty popular throughout. You do have a Twin Peaks, which I believe it's either in Boise, Meridian. Twin Peaks is here. What else do you have? You have Buffalo Wild Wings. You have Mi Casa, which is another really good Mexican spot. Now that's more dine-in. If you're looking for dine-in Mexican, Mi Casa is a great spot. I mean, you have so many different areas that you can check out. Now here's the good news. Once again, if you're looking to check out some different spots and all that stuff, make sure you guys check out, once again, the relocation guide for Boise. It does talk about the surrounding areas as well, activity wise, food wise, everything. So make sure you guys download that down below in the video description. We also have so many more things, but because I want to be considerate of your time watching this video, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. Now the next topic is going to talk about commute and accessibility. Now once again, guys, even with as fast as Meridian is growing, there is still not enough traffic to where you're going to be delayed significantly, as far as like, you know, during even rush hours. There may be like a 10-minute delay at most, but it is just not California bad, Denver bad, anything of that nature, where it's like an hour in extension of your time frame. So you do have plenty of time to get around to where you need to go. 20 to 25 minutes to downtown Boise, as I mentioned, 15 minutes to the Boise airport, easy access to the freeway as far as I-84 goes, and then you have Eagle Road, Chinden, which is popular, U-Stick, all the main roads super accessible. And thank God they did not just go single lane on some of these. Thank God they went double lane, triple lane, even quadruple lane, tons of space. And then there's no lights, light rails, or public transit as much as it is, so cars is essential to have. If you have your own personal vehicle, you'll be more than fine. You can also have, you know, a bike or anything. I won't say that's the best and most convenient during the winter, but for those of you that are maybe just like, hey, I just want to go ride my bike everywhere, cool. I salute you. It is definitely not what I'm going to be doing, but I would definitely recommend you at least have a personal vehicle, and you don't necessarily have to worry about travel or commute time too much. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons. I know we've talked a lot about some of the different things. Now, it is super safe, right? We talked about this in the video, but just to kind of rewrap everything, safety-wise, Meridian is a great spot. You don't have to necessarily worry about a lot of crime, and of course, do your own research. If you need a website or anything for reference, let me know. But just super great as far as that goes. Meridian is also super clean, guys. I mean, there's not a lot of trash laying around. People take a lot of pride of living in Meridian, and I think there may be just like a unwritten code as far as just the cleanliness of Meridian and Boise as a whole. People just like to take care of those things. And I will say Meridian, super family friendly, which is going to be another pro for you guys. So I mean, with one of the greatest school districts in the state of Idaho, with so many different family fun activities that you can go participate in, whether it's trails, outdoor recreation, or just going to Top Golf and enjoying some of the local things in Meridian, 10 out of 10 recommend. I mean, it's going to be just a super dope community for those of you with kiddos. And now another pro is going to be tons of parks, walking paths, trails. That's another big pro. And then real estate side of things, I mean, guys, Meridian is growing. So for those of you looking to invest in an area or move to an area where you can pretty much walk away with some type of profit or something, knowing that you did your best, and it'll come back tenfold, hopefully for all of us, including myself. Now I know that's not potentially great for some people that'll move down the line, but for those of us that are looking into it now, it's just going to be nice that, you know, in the future this is going to be only more and more desired. So outside of that, growing, still quieter, especially in comparison to Boise. Just so much coming, so much great stuff, and the people moving here are also really amazing too. So with all that, we also have some cons, which is going to be taking us right back to the double-edged sword. Rapid growth, which means more traffic. As much as great as the people that are moving here are, there is going to be contribution as far as getting more wait time, more traffic, and it's just going to just cause a little more patience for us to have as a whole. Now, next con is going to be the rising home prices. So obviously with the rising home prices, with the demand and people moving here, it's going to get more expensive. Naturally, it's going to have, we're just naturally going to start having people that are looking for more house, or maybe looking for, you know, more specific things, or maybe just looking for a house at all, because the inventory is so short that it's just going to naturally start rising as the supply and demand continues to unfold. So with that, also we have less nightlife in Boise, so that is another downfall. I wish we had more nightlife, but we have Off the Clock, Frontier, and, you know, a few bars here and there, but that's pretty much it as far as that goes. And then it is still developing a cultural scene, so there's not a ton of like diversified kind of areas, I would say, as far as like even like restaurants, as far as just different types of traditional shopping, things of that nature. A lot of it is going to be more bigger. It's a little more diversified in Boise, so you're not going to go find like a Middle Eastern grocery outlet here in Meridian, or there's not going to be a huge, you know, Asian market or anything like that. That's the one things, those are some of the things that we are lacking. So a little more diversity, hoping for that to come in the future. But outside of that, I mean, those are pretty much the cons. So not a ton of cons. That is what Meridian has to offer, pros and cons wise. So overview wise, who is Meridian for? I mean, Meridian is just for people that are looking for a strong community. They're looking for great schools. They're looking for great, clean, just great communities as a whole. Anyone that's looking to have a perfect mix of suburban calm but still have city access to Boise, or maybe just a short commute to Boise. So families, people relocating from big cities looking for a slower lifestyle but still busy enough. Retirees absolutely love Meridian, and also remote workers absolutely love Meridian as well. So now if you're looking for walkable nightlife, Meridian may not be the best option, but you do have Boise, so keep that in mind. And then we don't have a ton of like historic charm as far as like personality wise, home wise, or people that are maybe not looking for new construction or newer homes. We do have, you know, downtown in Meridian, which is a little bit, but I just don't want to give it too much credit because it's just not as established as Boise once is, or is currently. So, and then a big city urban experience, Meridian is also probably not going to be for you because it's not there just yet. It's still on the scale of a smaller city. So Boise, even I would say, is a smaller city, but as it continues to grow, then it'll eventually get there. So that's kind of what I would say for those of you looking to move to Meridian, what that looks like. Now, once again, guys, I do want to mention we do have that free relocation guide for free for you guys to download in the video description below. And also, if you guys want to schedule a free call with me or just reach out about any of your real estate needs, as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would absolutely love to help you as well. So call me, text me, or email me. You guys will see my information pop up once again for the third time in this video. I just genuinely love helping people who are coming from no matter what you believe, whatever it is. I just want to be the person that helps you and makes that transition as seamless as possible. So call me, text me, email me. And finally, if you didn't already, you have to do this for me at a minimum because you made it this far. Like the video, comment below where you're watching from, and then most importantly, press the subscribe button and the bell at the top of the screen so you can get notified when we make more amazing videos just like this. So as always, guys, we appreciate you. We love you. We couldn't be here without you guys. See you guys on the next video.